Come one, come all, guys. We have the best rates in DeFi.
This looks interesting. I think I can borrow funds from these institutions and deposit in Anchor and arbitrage the difference. Look, guys, customer deposits are down. We are slowing down. Growth is slowing. We need to figure out a program and how to get more people on board. The referral bonuses just aren't cutting it, man. Psst. Hey, come here. Come here. Hurry. Look, I can help you out with that. Lend me some of your customers' money, and I will give you triple the rates you're currently getting. Dude, hey, I think this guy's got our problem solved. Seriously, the guy's wearing glasses. I'm in. Bruh, we need to figure out how to get more customers. These guys are leaving in droves. Psst. Hey, come here. I got the best strategy on how to get the best rates in DeFi. Just trust me. I'll take care of it for you. Yo, homie. Hey, dude, this guy's got our problem solved. He's wearing glasses. I'm in. Dude, BlockFi and Voyager are eating our lunch. We need to come up with a plan. Guys, come on. Got it. We'll come up with a catchy slogan and offer rates that you can't refuse. Just think about it. Unbank yourself. Forget the banks. Psst. Hey, come here. I got the best strategy on how to get the best rates in DeFi. Just trust me. I'll take care of it for you. Good try, homie. We're DeFi pros. We know where to put all of our funds, especially customers' funds. Trust me. We got this. We don't need your help. Let's go ahead and deposit some of this into Anchor Protocol. Let's see what happens.
All right, I would like to go ahead and make a deposit, please.
And that's one for me, one for me, one for me, one.
This is nice. This is nice. This is nice. So glad we did this.
It's just a little volatility. It'll come back. No worries. They'll use the BTC on the balance sheet to buy it back to peg. It'll come back. I'm sorry, guys. We lost all the money. We can't pay anything back. So I got good news and bad news. The good news is that at least they disclosed it on their site. Bad news is that a lot of money was lost. Of course, Anchor and UST was not the only factor that caused this, but this was just one of the single dominoes that caused a rippling effect across the crypto markets. As you saw from that demonstration, a lot of these different funds were actually rehypothecating money with each other. Basically, what they were doing is that they were paying out an interest rate, they were lending it out to someone else who was paying a higher rate, and you have this confusing spider web of this guy's paying 10% because this guy's paying 20%, and this guy's paying 20% because he's lending it to this guy who's paying 30%. Another word for it is leverage in the system, and it's really risky when things happen like this. Now with 3 Arrows Capital going down, Voyager closing withdrawals, Celsius withdrawals still halted, as well as several other exchanges and institutions halting withdrawals and going bust, we do not know the other dominoes that could potentially fall. The reason being is that when others fall, they are forced to liquidate. With forced liquidations, this pushes the price down further. Now, when the price goes down further, this causes other people to force liquidate, and you have this reflexive flywheel. So the moral of this story is that rehypothecation and leverage is not good in any system. We also learned that not your keys, not your crypto is super important. If you aren't making the deposit and they're doing it for you, you are now assuming their risk. Well, as we can see from the results of what happened, this is what happens when you assume things. So I want to leave you guys with a couple of thoughts before we close this video. As you can see here, this is discussing Voyager. Voyager has now filed for bankruptcy. This is mainly due to the fact because 3 Arrows Capital losing the amount that they lost, this actually caused a dent of $660 million to Voyager. They had loaned this to 3 Arrows Capital. And basically, Voyager was telling customers about their funds and saying, hey, look, deposit with us and you'll get a 9% yield on your stablecoin, or 5% on Bitcoin, or whatever yields they're offering. And as a customer, they deposit, they see those rates, and they're happy. They don't understand the risks that they're getting into. A lot of times, when you peel back a banana, you actually see what's inside. It's an apple. Another example is this, Genesis Capital. Genesis is a lender and a broker, and they were also caught with their pants down with Three Arrows Capital. They were lending out to them. And some may not know who Genesis is, but they actually handle a lot of institutions, funds, and treasuries. These guys have many partnerships with several different industries in the crypto space. An example of one that's really well known is Circle. They are behind USDC. Genesis is actually one of their partners. So again, to sum up the moral of the story, not your keys, not your crypto. If you see an interest rate, if you see a yield, if you see something that is really enticing and you're like, I'm about to deposit everything, stop, think about it, figure out where the yield is coming from. If you don't know where the yield is coming from, typically you are the yield. So with all this in mind, there are things you need to remember. If you see a yield and you see someone offering an enticing interest rate, stop, think, is this something you want to get into? Where's the yield coming from? If you don't know where the yield is coming from, you are the yield. Now, on the other side is with these forced liquidations, you actually get better prices. It's not because people are selling out of optionality. It's because they're forced to sell. When they're forced to sell to repay their debt, you then have a situation where you get lower prices. So if you're bullish on the crypto industry long term, yes, you can get some really good rates. But that does come with a caveat. You don't know when the dominoes are going to begin to fall. So if you have a long-term approach, you can use this as an opportunity to DCA. Not financial advice, of course. And also, if you do DCA, remember, Bitcoin on an exchange is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin held in custody by you is Bitcoin. Go ahead and hit you guys with a wisdom one-liner. Proverbs chapter 13, verses 18. Whoever disregards discipline comes to poverty and shame, but whoever heeds correction is honored. Be disciplined, even when you're picking those interest rates. Hang on, take it easy, do some research, and then make your decision.